What's up, people? Excuse me. In this video, we're going to answer the question, why do guys ghost girls? Why do we ghost on you ladies? Why? Why? Nobody likes it, right? You ladies are so angry, like, oh my god, he ghosted me. Like, oh my gosh, what an asshole. I can't believe him. But I'm going to break it down for you right now. It's very simple, really. It's actually very simple why we ghost. Yeah, you're not going to like it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. But before we answer that question, let's think about if the tables were turned. Why do girls ghost guys? Ooh, why? Why do you think that happens? Let me put you in a situation, ladies. Let's just say you go out with this guy, right? And like let's say you go out with a guy and then we'll skip ahead and you end up ghosting him. What do you think would have to happen on your date or your experience together that would cause you to ghost that person? What do you think it would be, a positive experience or a negative experience? What do you think? Would probably be a negative experience. Now, do you think that negative experience would come from something that actually happened or just the type of person that they were, right? You could say, I guess, both, right? Because what happens when you're with somebody is determined by the type of person that they are. Right. So like, here's really what it comes down to. Okay. Basically what I'm trying to get at is that if somebody ghosts you, like my dad told me once a long time ago, my dad works in sales, right? And he's like, somebody told me this is what him telling me this. He's like, somebody told me a long time ago that if people don't call you back, it's probably because they don't want to talk to you. Right. And this is like in regards to like telemarketing or phone sales or whatever. And I have remembered that this entire time, and it's kind of the same thing like in the dating world. Like if somebody doesn't call you back or text you back or like just ignores you completely, it's probably because they don't want to talk to you. So why do guys ghost is the question. Why do we ghost instead of saying like, hey, listen, instead of like officially ending it, right? Which is like what the complaint seems to be about. And I will tell you that the answer is because we don't want to hurt your feelings by saying something that might hurt your feelings. Because we think / know that when we say, oh, hey, guess what? We actually don't want to see you anymore. And you still want to see us. You're going to want to know why. You're like, you'll probably, I'm sure, handle it very well. You'll be like, hey, listen, like, that's totally fine. No problem. But why? What was it? And what are we supposed to say then? Oh, I don't want to tell you. Or, I guess we could do that actually now that I think about it. Maybe it's bad to ghost. But anyway, this video is not about whether or not it's good or bad. It's about why we do it. So I guess the idea in our heads, or maybe I'm just speaking about myself, I'm not sure. Maybe it's possible. The idea is that like we want to kind of avoid the confrontation because we don't want to be put in a situation where our choices, it's like a rock and a hard place. Like our choice is either to like be honest with this person and answer their question truthfully and tell them something that we don't like about them that would end up hurting their feelings, because it's hurtful to say like, sorry, I don't want anything to do with you because of this character flaw or trait that you have. Or we have to like lie and like continue to lie and be like, no, it's, what do girls say? Like, I'm just not ready for a relationship right now. Or like, I don't know, what was some other bullshit? Like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I need to focus on myself. Whatever, some bullshit, which I guess actually would probably be the easier thing to do. Well, I don't know if it'd be easy. It'd still be very uncomfortable. It's just easier to ghost. Oh my God. Like, do I really need to make a fucking video about this? It's so much easier to just like ignore the person's calls and ignore their texts and just ignore them completely and not have to deal with any of that. You know what I mean? Is that bad? I wonder if that's bad. It sounds bad actually now that I say that. But really seriously, like at the end of the day, like I don't know. Is it not just what people do, ghosting, right? Is that still bad? Is that have like a negative connotation to just ignore somebody's texts and calls and never talk to them again without telling them why? That's ridiculous, isn't it? Right? Am I wrong? Gentlemen, tell me, back me up here. Bros before hoes. Anyway, short video today, but what do you think about ghosting? Is ghosting acceptable in today's dating scene? Or is it unacceptable? And every time you end a relationship with somebody, regardless of how short it is, even if it's 1 or 2 dates, you owe that person an explanation, or at least telling them that you don't want to talk to them anymore. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace. Also, if you have any recommendations for videos or anything else like that, let me know in a comment or email me. Email's at the bottom of this. Plus, follow me on Instagram. Blah, blah, blah. All that shit is in the description.